Hey team, my name is Shannon, trainer with She's a Powerhouse Fitness. Thank you for tapping onto this video. I'm going to be taking you through a 35-minute low impact, minimal equipment workout. You can also do it body weight. And I'm going to be walking you through a full body workout. So we have 3 different sets that we're going to do today. We have a lower body set, an upper body set, and a core set. Like I said, this is low impact, so there will be no jumping, running, but we'll definitely be making sure that we're heating those muscles up, and I'll walk you through all of the exercises, why we're doing it, and also give you modifications if you need to make it easier or harder for any reason. Today, I will be showing all of our exercises using a mini band if you have that at home, but you can also do most of these exercises subbing it with some light dumbbells or a light kettlebell, or if you want to, do it all completely body weight, and I promise you still get an amazing workout. So the way the setup is going to work, we're going to start with our lower body set, get those legs warmed up and ready to go. We have 4 lower body exercises. Each one, we are going to do 30 seconds of work with a 15-second rest, and we're going to do 4 rounds of each exercise before we move on to the next one. And to keep it fun and interesting, I'm going to add a little spice to each round of exercises so that we don't get bored, but we keep it interesting. But if at any point you want to take just that baseline exercise and not add the extra spice, feel free to do so as well. So, like I said, starting with the lower body set, we are going to grab our mini band and we are going to be placing it around our ankles to start. We are going to be doing what's called lateral walks. So you're going to be down in an athletic stance, and we are going to be taking some lateral steps to the side. Again, you can do this without a band or grab yourself a light set of dumbbells. We're going to start with me. I'll count you in for time. 30 seconds, 15-second rest, 4 times through. All right, starting ourselves in 3, 2, 1. Making sure the entire time those feet are staying hip width or wider apart, and we're not letting our feet come all the way together as you step side to side. If you have a yoga mat like I do, just think one end of the other end of the yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat or you're doing it flat on the floor, you can just take 3 or 4 steps to the right, 3 or 4 steps to the left. But we're starting to use those glutes and turning them on. All right, we got 3, 2, 1. Very good. Take your 15-second rest. Shake those legs out. I'm going to show you round 2. We're just going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do monster walks. So now we're going to go forward and back, still keeping those feet apart the entire time, staying facing the same direction. Get with me in 3, 2, 1. Down in that athletic stance, stepping forward. And again, you'll hear me repeat it over and over. Keep that core tight. You want to make sure that you're pulling that belly button in. And again, those glutes are what's doing all the work to keep you kind of in that hover stance. If at any point you need to do a quick stand up and shake it out, just jump back into it with me when you are ready. We got 5 more seconds, and then you'll get another 15-second rest in 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. We're going to take it back to those lateral walks. We got 2 more rounds of this exercise before we move on. Taking it into a little bit lower of a squat this time if you feel for it. In 3, 2, 1. Staying low, stepping out. If you're using dumbbells, you can have them to the side. You can have them to the shoulders. You can hold it close to the chest. Whatever you need to, but make sure your chest stays up. If you have a shirt on with a logo, I should be able to see the front of that logo as you are stepping through it. Good, we got 10 more seconds. We'll shake it out, and we're gonna go into our last round of these walks. In 3, 2, 1. All right, facing that side direction one more time in that forward and back reverse, and then we'll move on to exercise number 2. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach, and again, making sure you're down in that athletic stance. And when you're walking back, I want you to think about reaching with your toe and rolling onto your heel. When you're walking forward, reach with your heel, roll onto your toe. You're halfway. We got 15 more seconds. Hold that belly button in. Nice deep breaths. Very good. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay, quick rest. I'm going to show you that next one. We are now going into a squat, into an abduction. So again, pulling that band apart and then bringing it back to our hip width. If you're going without the band, you can again, just get a little bit lower in that squat. If the band feels like it's too much, you can move it up against the top of the knees Or if you're using a dumbbell, I like just resting it on that leg, and as you lift, you hold up that extra little weight. All right, starting 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Squat it down, abduction or lift to the side. When you do lift, try not to lean too far to the opposite side. Your goal is to try to brace it, so keep that core tight. If you need balance, hands out to the side, hands out in front, or a light touch on a chair or a wall nearby. 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake those legs out. Round 2, we're going to add a little extra challenge by doing 1 squat and 2 abductions. All right, going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 squat, 1, 2. 1 squat, 1, 2. Again, whether you have that band, that dumbbell, or body weight, adding these extra little bits of progression, or what I'm calling the spice, will help not only keep it interesting, but adjusting the exercises on those muscles so they continue to feel the pressure. You feel a little bit more of a burn every single time. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Shake it out. Round 3, we're now going to flip it. 2 squats for every 1 abduction. All right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 squats into 1 abduction. 2 squats, 1 abduction. Keeping your head up, keeping your core tight, and challenge yourself. If you're feeling good, go for that low, deep squat. You're already halfway through. 15 more seconds, and then we'll have our last rest before we go into our final round of this exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it out. Last time, we're gonna go back to what we did the first round. 1 and 1 for the final 30 seconds. Pick up your pace, deepen your squat if you're feeling for it. Otherwise, take that modification and just keep your body moving. 3, 2, 1. Squat, lift, squat, lift. Taking some deep breaths in through your nose. The heart rate should begin up there. Sit back on those heels, halfway, 15 more seconds. Amazing, almost there. Get 1 more each direction for 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Exercise 2 done. Okay, we're gonna take it down to the ground. We're gonna slide our mini band up above the top of our knees now. If you're using a dumbbell, you'll just add the dumbbell as some weight to your hips, or if you're going body weight, we are going into a classic glute bridge. So those feet are about hip width apart. The closer into your butt your heels are, the more you'll feel it in your legs, your glutes. The further your legs are apart, the more you'll feel it in your hamstrings. But we're gonna start round 1, which is regular glute bridges, pushing up to the top, engaging that core, engaging those glutes for our 30 seconds, all right? Starting round 1 in 3, 2, 1. Push those heels. Now, if you have that mini band on, for this first round, that mini band's not adding a ton of extra challenge, but you should be feeling a little bit of resistance at the very top. But that mini band will come into play, especially when we go into rounds 2 and 3. Good, you got 10 seconds. Squeeze, activate those booty cheeks up for 3, 2, 1. Good, wiggle it out, get a rest, 15 seconds. Round 2, we are doing a glute bridge up, abduction against that band, and then coming back and together and down. In 3, 2, 1. Up, out, together, down. Take your time to really make sure you are feeling those muscles turn on. And again, if you're not feeling like you want to take the extra spice, if you just want to stay with that baseline movement, don't worry about adding that progression every time I show it. Just stay with that first exercise that I show. In this case, just those glute bridges, up and down, and promise you'll still get an amazing workout just doing that 4 rounds in a row. But if you're feeling feisty today, adding that progression Really gets that extra burn, that extra muscle squeeze. But right there, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. 15-second rest. Round 3, we are now going to go up into our glute bridge. We're going to stay up here, and we are pulsing abductions all 30 seconds, okay? If you want to challenge yourself, do so. Otherwise, regular glute bridges in 3, 2, 1. Up and lift, and we are pulsing. Keeping those hips up. Big thing, keep that little pelvis tilt, that little tuck, so your core is staying activated. It doesn't get lazy and lax, and your glutes take all the heat. Something I like to think about is imagining that I'm trying to get the top of my hip bones and the bottom of my rib cage just squeeze and come together. 3, 2, 1. Relax, and that helps me keep my core engaged. All right, last one. We're gonna go back to those regular glute bridges, top to bottom. Now it's speed. Try to get as many as you can in 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Top to bottom. Push through those hips. We're not arching our back up to the ceiling. Your hips are only going as high as your glutes have room to squeeze. So don't overstress that low back by throwing those hips up. And remember, core engaged, top and bottom. You got less than 10 seconds. And then we are moving on to our final exercise of our lower body set. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Okay, since we're on the floor, we're gonna stay on the floor. Our final exercise in our lower body set, we're going clamshells. So if you have your mini band, it's staying above the top of your knees. You're putting your heels and your knees together in a V shape with your hips. You can stay on your shoulder, your elbow, or you can lean down on your shoulder, whatever feels best. If you're using a dumbbell, you can just rest that dumbbell at the top of the knee, and we will be opening our top knee like a clam for our clamshell exercise. All right, we're gonna do 2 rounds on the left and then flip over and do 2 rounds on our right, okay? In 3, 2, 1. You wanna push your feet together, your heels together. That's your anchor point. You also wanna push that bottom knee into the ground. And then another big thing to make sure it stays in your glute and it doesn't turn into a low back exercise is making sure your hips and your shoulders stay stacked. You're not rolling back with your knee. You're keeping your upper body nice and still and steady, and just your hip is doing all the work. 3, 2, 1. All right, if you want to stay with this exercise, stay here. If you want that mod up, we're gonna add a little hip lift. So up on your elbow, as your knee goes up, your hip goes up, and then everything comes down together. If you like that challenge, let's go for it in 3, 2, 1. Lift and together, down and together. And you're sending your hips through, kind of like that glute bridge we were just doing. Hips go through, glutes turn on, and then they close and collapse. This adds not only work to the top hip that we were doing against that resistance, but now that bottom hip, those glutes on the bottom, are also getting some work in at the exact same time. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, 15 seconds. Flip yourself over onto that right hip. And again, stack, stack, stack. Make that V. I like to lay down on my shoulder, but whatever feels comfortable. 3, 2, 1. Clamshells on this side. Push those heels together. And I know those glutes are on fire at this point, but would you believe it? We're already to the end of our lower body set. And now we're gonna start doing the fire on the upper body set. Pushing those heels, open and close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who would think 30 seconds could feel so long at some point? If you want that mod up, we're now doing that extra hip lift. Otherwise, stay with that clamshell, going for all 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Open to close. Sending those hips through and up. And if you're finding yourself with some uneasy balance, sprawl your hand out. You can stack your hand on your hip like I am. You can raise your hand up to the sky, or you can use your opposite arm as further balance. Pushing through, squeeze as you come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. All right. You're like me, those glutes are talking to you. You're feeling them. We're now going to slide that mini band off, and we are going to move to our upper body set. So the setup is exactly the same. We have 4 exercises, 4 rounds of each, 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. The burn will now come in the shoulders and the arms. And I'll continue to show those small progressions or that extra spice every round to keep it fun. Now you can do these exercises with me kneeling, or if you want to do them seated on a chair or standing, that is up to you, whatever feels best. For our first exercise, we're going to put it right around the bottom of our elbows. You are going to be with a 90-degree angle at the elbow. We're going to be lifting that band out to the side, warming up those shoulders. Once again, it is going to be 30 seconds of work, and then we'll grab that 15-second rest. In 3, 2, 1. Lift those elbows out to the side. That reminds me though, if you are going with dumbbells, just have those dumbbells rested in those hands. And again, you're keeping that 90 degrees as you lift and as you fight that resistance. If you are kneeling like me or standing, really make sure that that core stays engaged as you lift out against that mini band. Good, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15-second rest. Now those shoulders should already be feeling it, but if you're ready to add some extra spice, as we go up, we're gonna add a little extra pulse to the top before we come back down, okay? Trying to keep that for all 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Push through those knees, go up against that band, pulse out to the side, and bring it back down. Making sure the entire time you want to be leading with the elbows so that the work stays in those shoulders. And once again, you want to take it out of your neck and out of your back. This is shoulder work today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay, now for our next progression, we are going to be going up to that top portion and taking a 3-second drop on the way back down. So really time under tension for round number 3, or stay with those regular lifts. In 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, control it on that way back down. Lift it up, control. Fight the resistance on the way back down. So that band or those dumbbells or just the body weight of your arms are going to want to drop back down to our sides quicker than we are allowing them to. Get that burn going. Very good. Try to get one more in. You got 5, 4, up, 3, 2, 1. Okay, last round, we're gonna go back to our regular lifts like we started with. Finish out, once again, if you find a little extra pace, add it. Otherwise, 30 seconds, and we'll move on to exercise number 2. In 3, 2, 1. Now it's where you build the reps up. Hold that belly button in, keep that core tight. I have to remind myself to breathe because especially with upper body exercises, I want to hold my breath as it gets difficult. Got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Okay. For our second exercise, we are going to be moving into a tricep extension. So that tricep is that little muscle at the back of your arm. You're going to take one hand, loop it through your band, or if you're grabbing your dumbbell, I'll show you a variation. With that one hand, you're going to be putting it across your shoulder, like you're saying the Pledge of Allegiance or something. And you're going to be taking the other hand and extending and straightening that arm against that band. If you're going body weight, I want you to just take your arms together, pulse them up towards the sky, or if you've got a dumbbell, you can take that dumbbell behind your head and once again, pulse up towards the sky. Any of those modifications work, but we're going to start here with that tricep pull down. Core tight. Again, standard seating does not matter. Starting our 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Pulling it straight back. Now, if you are using a band, the lower your hand is on that band, the less resistance. The more you choke up on it, the more resistance you'll get in each and every single pull. Pulling that mini band in and really activating that back side of your arm. Now this is a little muscle, so it doesn't get a ton of work in our day-to-day life. 3, 2, 1, and it's also one of those muscles that really need reps to start to build up. We're actually gonna stay on this arm. We're gonna hit it for a second time. This time, we're gonna pull down and do that 3-second decline or incline, I guess, like we did the first one. 3, 2, 1, pull. 3, 2, 1, pull. Once again, time under tension here. Trying to feel that work the entire time. Pulling that belly button in so that your posture is staying nice and tall the entire time. Good. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Okay. Switching to the other arm, we're starting with just regular reps. Again, hand across the chest. You want to hold the bottom of the loop. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, there's a lot of reasons why I love a mini band. One, these can really travel with you anywhere. You could do them at home, you could do them in a park, you could do them in a hotel room. They're easy to move around with you. You can get a ton of work in with just a band. It does not always have to be crazy workouts, dumbbells, heavy lifting. Still get your sweat on with just this. 3, 2, 1. They also train us a lot about mobility and stability with those muscles too. So something as simple as a band forces you to stay active and fight kind of that resistance through life. 3, 2, 1. If you're someone that has not invested in mini bands, resistance bands, I would encourage you to do so. Not only can they take your standard dumbbell workouts, kettlebell workouts to the next level, but you can do a lot with just a band. Oh, I forgot our 3-second decline. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. I was just chit-chatting away. That's what I get for yapping away. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we are moving on back to the shoulders. You're going to do an overhead press. So that mini band is going to go top of the wrist, or if you're grabbing dumbbells in your hand or body weight, just stick with the motion with me. Core tight. Press an overhead in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Straight up, straight down. Here, if you are kneeling like I am, get a little pelvic tilt underneath. If you're standing, I always like to put one foot in front, slightly in front of the other, and do what's called a staggered stance so that my core stays engaged and I don't find myself rounding the lower back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Rest. Now for round 2, the spice, we're going to lift like we were. We're going to abduct out and then come down. So again, adding a little pulse at the top, you'll feel the shoulders turn on even more. Otherwise, stay with the regular. 3, 2, 1. Now I like to show modifications to make it more challenging. I also like to show you ways that if you are feeling like you're trying to tap into those muscles a little bit more and you don't know if they're working, sometimes these modifications or these challenges or that extra spice can just make sure the muscle is on and burning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 15-second rest. Round 3, you know what's going to come. We're now going to do a 3-second decline. So up straight, 3, 2, 1 on the way back down. You got 30 seconds of that. In 3, 2, 1. Stay with me. Up. Slow decline down. Right back up. Now, as you get into more and more of my workouts here, you're going to hear me talk a lot about core, a lot about posture, because you can work as hard as you want, but if your body mechanics aren't set up for success for your daily life, they might not do anything for you. 3, 2, 1. So I just want to remind you, whether you're sitting, standing, kneeling, keep that muscles that are not working still engaged that you don't hurt something else while trying to build something else. Last round, we're gonna go regular reps in 3, 2, 1. Straight up, straight down. Once again, we're now going just 4 speed, getting those reps in. You guys are absolutely crushing it. After this, we only have one more upper body exercise, and then we will be finishing off with some core work. 10 seconds. Build it up, build it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Okay, our last one, you're gonna be doing a back exercise with a row. You can do this by standing at kind of a partial angle. You're gonna be acting like you're starting a lawnmower, or if you're kneeling, I like to hook it underneath my foot, pull back against my foot. So we're gonna go one side, starting for your 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, pull back and squeeze. Now, really big here, once again, is to make sure not only your core, like I've mentioned, but your neck stays out of it. So you don't want to be pulling the elbow high. You want to imagine that you're kind of punching that elbow to the wall back in front of you in a little low scoop motion. 10 more seconds. You're also pinching that shoulder blade back towards your spine for 3, 2, 1. Now we are going to stay on this side. Do this arm again while it's warm and add that 3-second deceleration to it. So starting that next 30 in 3, 2, 1. Pull back. 3, 2, 1. Don't let it relax. Don't let it rest. Keep that power, keep that tension on it. And again, if you need a little extra resistance, choking up higher on that band, grabbing a bigger dumbbell. For body weight, if you're going without any equipment today, your goal is just mind to muscle connection with everything you do. You got 3, 2, 1. Very good. Now switching over to the other side. Go on your right arm with me. Starting just those regular rows in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull back and squeeze. I have to remind myself, take my neck out of it, keep my posture tall. But now is when I start getting the sweat. I have to also remind myself, good inhales in, good exhales out. There you go, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Control. Last one. For the upper body, 30 seconds with that 3-second decline. And then we will be moving on to core in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Don't let it turn off. Keep it on. Strong pull once again. Halfway, 15 more seconds. Good. Let's finish out. Try to get 2 more pulls in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Okay, lower body done, upper body done. Let's move on to our core. If you need to pause now and grab yourself a drink of water, do so. Otherwise, we are rolling in. For our first core exercise, we're going to go ahead and get rid of any equipment, unless you want to rest your hands on some dumbbells to save your wrists. We are going to be doing what's called a bear crawl shoulder tap. So you're going to have your shoulders stacked right over your wrists, your hips stacked right over your knees. We're going to be popping up onto our toes, and we are going to be alternating a shoulder tap in each direction, trying to keep our hips as still and flat as possible. If you need to modify, go ahead and just scoot your knees back a bit, drop your hips, and you can do a shoulder tap from a half plank position. All right, so it's going to be our 30 seconds starting in 3, 2, 1. Tap, control. I want you to start using those legs so that when you feel that need to rock, instead you just push through that opposite toe and keep your hips as still as possible. When it comes to core, sucking that belly button in, holding that belly button towards the spine for 3, 2, 1. Good. 15-second rest. I'm going to rotate myself just so you guys can see what I mean when I say rocking the hips. Okay? Round 2. In 3, 2, 1. As you can see, I have very little movement in my hips, side to side. I try to keep my hips from dropping and rotating. Try to keep them flat and underneath me. Good. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Another 15-second rest. Round number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Now, if you do feel like adding spice to this one, you can always grab your mini band, put it around your legs, and keep your legs activated and in it for all 30 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We got one more round, then we're moving on to exercise number 2. Suck that belly button in, core tight in 3, 2, 1. Once again, modification. Hips stay flat. Same thing. Try not to have any wibble, wobble, wiggle in the hips. Belly button sucked in and tall. You're already over halfway. Keep going. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay. We are going to grab our mini band again. This time, we're going to hook it around our laces of our shoes. If you do not have a mini band, I want you to just go body weight with the legs. That is plenty. You're going to go down into a dead bug position. So our back is flat. Our knees, once again, are stacked over our hips. Our shoulders are flat on the ground. We're going to push the band out as we drop the opposite hand down, and then we're going to alternate the other side, keeping that back flat as much as possible so that your low back or your hips are not taking the work. In 3, 2, 1. Push and lengthen, push and lengthen. Once again, keeping mindfulness in your core. That's what we're working right now. So I know our legs are tired, our shoulders are tired, but right now you want to focus on good inhales through the nose, good exhales through the mouth. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Now for me, core takes the breath out of me very quickly, so I have to remember to breathe. So that's what I'm going to remind you to do. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you push. Exhale as you come back together. Fantastic. You got 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Now for our challenge. Keep that mini band on if you'd like to. If you want to take it up a notch, all we're going to do is drop our leg flat and then come up together, adding a little bit of extra weight to it, but less resisting against the band. In 3, 2, 1. Drop and long, come together. Drop and long, come together. Now for some people, you may be like, this doesn't feel harder. My legs aren't working as much. Yeah, but is your core working more? Because when you get that leg lower to the ground, all of a sudden you feel your core fighting it more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15-second rest. You pick whichever one you want. The band push or the leg drop. It's your last round. And then we are moving on. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you crunch together. Everything we do on these videos, you should be able to move without pain. There may be discomfort, but if you're ever having pain, stop what you're doing. 3, 2, 1. We are never working through pain. All right, we got 2 more core exercises. We're actually going to come back to that half kneeling position, and we are going to be doing a variation on a wood chop. Now, wood chop, typically, you're taking a dumbbell up and over your shoulder and down to your hip. If you're using dumbbells, do so with that. If you are using the mini band, we are going to just have distance between our arms the whole time we go up and the whole time we come down. Try not to let those hands come together. And again, focusing on that core rotation. In 3, 2, 1. You want to go up and across that front knee and then down towards that knee that's on the ground. Now, you want to try to keep your hips pointing forward. But since it is a core workout or a core exercise, you also want to twist your shoulders with it. This is working those oblique muscles to rotate side to side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switch legs. We're going to go the other direction now. Suck that belly button in. Big inhale. Exhale, contract. Starting at that low hip. 3, 2, 1. Cross the body. And down towards the bottom knee. I personally like to keep my hands on my eyes. I feel like it helps me with the whole rotation. Good. Got 10 seconds. Finishing off for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Round 3. This time, we are now going to go up, and then we're going to do a slow twist and a quick pulse back up. Add a little extra tension. 3, 2, 1. Quick up, slow, quick, slow, quick. Now, if you're using body weight, once again, mind to muscle connection, focusing on twisting those abs underneath your rib cage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this is kind of like a reverse chop because we are having our quick motion going up instead of our quick motion going down. But act like you're tossing sand or something over your shoulder, okay? 3, 2, 1. Quick up, slow on the way down. I don't know about you, but my shoulders are warm and toasty. Halfway, 15 seconds. Good. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Okay, on to our final core move. We are going to be doing a low tap finger reach, okay? Or low plank, excuse me. Low plank finger tap. So you're gonna be in that plank position, nice long arms with the reach, tap out, bring it back underneath. When you're altering side to side, you can modify here by dropping down to your knees as well. Or if at any point you need to take yourself out of the plank position and reset, do so. 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Reach together. Reach together. Same thing like with the bear crawl. You want to try to not have too much wiggle on the hips. The closer your feet are together, the more challenging it is to do that. The further your feet are apart,
the easier it is to balance those hips. Good, you got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. My arms. Now, I'll show a mod up after this second round. I really want you to focus on sucking in that vacuum stomach where we're at. 3, 2, 1. Suck that belly button in, reach and tap, reach and tap. Nice and long. Now planks. Right now you will be feeling it in those quads, in those shoulders, in your midsection. But don't let yourself stop. Find whatever modification you can continue with. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you're ready for that mod up, all we're going to do, go back to our mini band. You're going to put it around the top of our elbows this time and reach against that resistance. In 3, 2, 1. Reach, reach, getting a little extra pull every time you tap. Now I like to stay on my toes as long as I can, and right when I feel like I need a break, I drop to my knees, but I do not let myself stop. Don't let yourself stop either. I know we're tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now another challenge you can do, if you don't have that mini band, but you want to do that dumbbell, you're just going to move the dumbbell every time. 3, 2, 1. Tap, tap, or tap and drop, tap and drop, pick up and retrieve. Now this one's going to be all arms for that, or just reach out and tap those dumbbells. Very good. We're pushing to the end of this workout. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! You have made it through. First, I want to say thank you so much for giving 30 minutes of your time. You're heading out here. Appreciate you showing up. Otherwise, let's get a quick stretch in. Hands behind our back. Roll those shoulders back. Open up that chest. Take some deep breaths. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Hopefully you enjoyed that full body workout. And remind yourself, it's not always about how hard you go, how heavy you lift. Sometimes it's about showing up and just moving however you can. Now, thank you for coming in today. I hope you see you on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye, team.